Welcome back to the Ascension Series. It's April 23rd. Okay. It's Tuesday, April 23rd. And it is a bit of a fuckery, the energy right now. And I feel like today is going to be a story time, but for a reason. So I want to share something that I'm moving through, have moved through, because I think a lot of us are going through it. Um, and maybe it's helpful. Maybe it resonates. Maybe it doesn't. Take what resonates, leave out all the rest. But it is wild right now. So, a couple of different moving pieces. Like, one, ready for all the crazy? I get so cringy still sometimes in my ego self talking about like the galactic experiences that I have on public platforms. I like saving those for the ambassador groups. But this one was really neat. So, I'm going to share a little snippet of it and then how it correlates to everything. But I actually drove a ship today in my meditative state. I was on a spaceship and I learned how to drive it, not drive it, be it. It was really fascinating. So I just feel like I'm a hot mess because of all the ascension symptoms right now. So we're moving through a lot. We've got retrograde coming to an end on the 24th, I think. Yeah, Wednesday, as well as the full moon on that day. And energy is heightened as F right now. It is intense. I am moving between in my own journey. I'm only going to talk to myself, not my client journeys today. I am moving between highly driven, motivated for momentum. Here we go. Oh my God, hit the ground running. And then I want to sit down and cry or curl up in a blanket or go to bed or like something like leave me alone. I'm overwhelmed. And this has been a little bit of a journey. So we've had a lot of transitions with the company in the most dynamic, beautiful way. It's like, I'm trying to center. Okay, let's start with this piece. The majority of your vibration will create your outcome, not all of your vibration. Your vibration is created from your thought. So the majority of your thought is always going to put your vibration into motion and create an outcome. Okay. So if you are doing what I was doing. I was going through a little itty bitty phase of I'm overwhelmed. This is a lot. Oh my God. And I was getting more and more and more reasons to feel overwhelmed. I was attracting in chaos and all of this stuff. So I checked it and realized why I was telling that story, which is what we want to do. We want to go into the limiting belief and heal it and then move through it. And it kind of jarred me what it was. And I found that out by driving a fucking galactic spaceship. Like, what? This is my so extra life. My God. So let's go into like how this all sort of unfolded and this, what I'm kind of moving through and how I'm moving through this. So we've had a lot of expansion here. You're always co-manifesting with people in your life, people in your team, people in your home, and what their intention is will create alongside you. And, we had some shifts that were comfortable, uncomfortable kind of thing a little while back there. And since that shift, it has been explosive over here. And I didn't realize that there wasn't an alignment, right? And so we've had this like, oh my God, opportunity, 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 and all of this expansion that's just been wildfire. It's beautiful. I'm very grateful for it, but it's a lot of things all at once. Then I went right into the story of like, oh, can I actually do this? And so that kind of started happening over and over and over again. Like, can I do this? Like, I don't know. And sitting in the hot tub with Corey every night, evening, being like, I don't know how I can. I'm planning a wedding. We're doing a reno on his house. We're planning a wedding where I'm doing all the landscaping in the property. Like, okay, let's take off more than you can chew all the time. The company's growing like crazy. We both have daughters that live with us. Like, it's like we have a puppy. Like, there's so much. So my book is in the middle of like there's so much. And then we just did a huge, beautiful revamp. So we're restructuring a couple things here. And I've been working on a secret project for a really long time that I've been aching to bring to the world, and we're about to launch it, right? So in all of that, it's like I feel overwhelmed, right? Rightly so. But I also know I'm building something incredible across the board. Like, yeah, it's going to be big and it's going to feel big. And so, why am I going into this overwhelmed story? Okay. So, part one. Part two, with this launch that we were doing, I was sitting with our new COO and VP of operations, which is so exciting that we're at that level. Like, what the fuck? Like, my mind is like, what? But we're sitting having a conversation about it. And they were like, okay, let's go. And I was like, there's just, I can't put my finger on it, but there's something missing. And I don't know what it is yet. So I don't want to do that yet. And they're like, it's like literally amazing. It's probably the best thing that you've ever like launched. Like, this is incredible. Like, let's go. And I'm like, no, I can't yet. I can't yet. Right. So there's just something missing. And then today, I'm in office with um, VP of operations and Bree, my executive assistant. And all of a sudden the wind picks up, power goes out. And I'm like, I have like 8 calls. Like, what am I going to do? And I don't have time slots to reschedule them in. And I'm sitting there and I'm having this little like panic moment. I'm like, calm down, calm down. And then we're like, well, it is what it is. So we're working from our phones, trying to like get things, settled and let our students know and whatever, and our podcast recordings and all of that. And then I get hit with the biggest wave of dizziness. I thought I was going to faint. My heart was like going, instead of beating like it normally does, it was like boom, boom. But I'm like, what on earth? Like I'm spinning. I don't like what is happening. And Brie being so intuitive, she's amazing. She's like, need to meditate much? And I was like, oh fuck yeah. So upstairs I go. Okay. So I go upstairs into my meditation and immediately fall into it. My body tightens up. My arms go up in the air and then they go out really wide and then they go down. And I'm like, oh, I haven't had a meditation like this in a long time. And then all of a sudden it was like poof, out of my body and I'm in nothingness. And I'm sitting in nothingness, but I feel like I'm in something. And I'm like, what on earth? And then all of a sudden I could feel my hands on the operating things. I don't know what to call it, in a spaceship. And I realize I'm in a ship and it's a single person ship. And I'm like, what? And I'm there. And so I'm morphing from sitting in it to witnessing, being the observer of the galactic version of me in that ship. So I'm hanging out with myself in another timeline. And I'm like quickly, rapidly moving from the observer to in body of that version of me. And that version of me is hyper aware that this is happening as well. In fact, initiated this. It was like, there's some things you need to know. So wild. And I was shown, taught, experienced, did move that ship, like understood how to morph the ship into like, and it was like just black and reflective. It was in nothing and it was black and reflective. And the ship can like morph like this. So it's kind of like round and long. And then it can go in the opposite direction where it's like, anyways, doesn't matter. That's for a galactic group, not for here. So it was really cool. And I was like, oh, and in learning how to maneuver that ship through intention and my physical body, I was like, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. And the other version of me was like, yeah, you got it now. And it was the missing piece to the program. I'm going to get to a point on this. It was the missing piece to the program. I was like, oh my God, but this applies to, and they're like, yeah, your body. And I was like, holy shit. And I was like, wait. They're like, yeah, your financial system. I was like, and love and parenting and like, oh my, this was it. And the other version of me was like, yeah, you got it now. Okay, go. And I was like, shut up. So then through all of that, right? And then this like funny little quirky moment of, do you want to trade roles for a day? Like, I'd love a break from this and you seem to be loving it. I'm sure you need a break. You've been saying you're overwhelmed a lot. And this is where my limiting belief surfaced. And I was like, oh. So I was like, no, no, I want to go and launch this. Like, I want to bring this to the world. Like, I cannot wait for the 12 people I will teach this to. And you know me and my power 369, 12 is a 3 anyways. And they're like, is that really why? And I'm like, you wouldn't do it the same way. And that's when I realized the fear of lack of control that used to show up as agoraphobia, that used to show up as anxiety out the ass to the point where I'd be shitting all day or vomiting all day, that used to then show up as social anxiety, that used to then show up as too afraid to be myself on camera, which then used to show up as I was afraid to put program. Like the fear of lack of control has been evolving into a smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller fear my entire life. And here it was in this little moment of like another actual galactic version of me being like, want to just switch for a day? And me being like, but you won't do it the way that I want. Like, and then that made me realize the fear of lack of control in this moment was why I've been saying I'm overwhelmed because I don't know the outcome. There was a lot of big changes. We just hired a COO, a VP of operations, an assistant for them. I've got Bree, I've got Nikki, I've got all the mentors. I've got Leah. I've got, like, there's so many. I'm like, can I handle this? And it was the fear of lack of control of like, what if I can't? And how do I know? And so I thought that was unbelievably beautiful how it was demonstrating itself, but then the solution at the same time presented itself. Oh, wow. And I want to share this because this is the energy that we're moving into right now. We are moving into rapid self awareness. The energy that's here for us is rapid self awareness. When we take the time to process and we catch the story that's word vomiting out of our mouths. I've been saying, I feel overwhelmed. I feel stressy. I feel all of these things for a little, like probably about a month, embarrassingly so. And trying to hash it out with Corey and be like, I don't know, like, and then I have this desire to take on, like, I think I need a healthier lifestyle. And I think that, I'm really not like, I'm not working out as hard as I want to work out. And like, just stop. So that was a big, huge moment for me. And that's what the energy is doing right now. It is propelling to the surface. Propelling is probably not the right word. Projecting, forcing, throwing, shoving to the surface all of the things that are there for us to go, I don't need that anymore. And to rewrite that definition or rewrite that belief structure and then move into another highest timeline. So it was like, oh, so now I get to play with not only have I been holding a secret, which I am not good at holding secrets at all. Like I get excited about something and I'm like, you need to know. And I drop it all the time and I'm not even supposed to talk about it because I'm doing it right now. I'm doing it right now. I'm awkward. I literally like have been working on this project for a very, very long time. And for the final pieces of it to come through that, like, it's so good. And I was like, and it just, there was just a feeling. And then it all came through. And the very thing that came through was the very thing I needed to master my next level at the same time. It's wild, awesome. And that's how it works, all of us. That's how it's always worked for me. When I wrote Divine Alignment, this is forever ago, like forever ago. And that's our number one program. Our most like in demand program is Divine Alignment. When I wrote that, I wrote it because I was finalizing my own journey through that. And now I'm teaching this mentor group on Tuesday nights, and I get to like share with them this whole journey and how to do it for themselves. So I'm super passionate about all of this right now, but I want you to know that's how it works. So, like, the thing that's required will move through you when you give yourself the pause and reflect on what's the low vibrational shit that I've been spewing out of my mouth or what's been reflected to me in all around me. Like you can speed up your entire journey and process when you do that. But the really cool thing is it's always been available to you. It's just when we stop. So you don't have to go searching, looking, trying, striving to find the answer or the direction or the thing that's going to like, like don't go looking for love. That's not how it works. Be the vibration. But anyways, I'm all over the map, all over the map. But I feel like a lot of us are moving through this big step up, right? Like I know you're feeling it. We're getting the ascension symptoms. We're getting the dizzy, a lot of vertigo. Oh my goodness. Vertigo. We're getting blurry eyes. We're getting a change in the way our ears work. We're getting weird scratch, like upper chakra discomfort, right? And we're having, for those that are star seeds, are really migrating from the perception that our chakras are in one alignment into the awareness of what they really are. And when we understand that, it shifts the whole dynamic as well. So, and then it speeds up your healing. Like we're all moving through these things. So we're feeling the shift from the physical dense into the energetic body. And that has been prophesied for so long, so long. We're moving into our energetic body and feeling that more than the physical. And that's April is all about letting go of the things that have been holding you back from that. So, with the ascension process and the ascension like symptoms that we're feeling. So, it's letting go of everything. So, I want you to, the whole fucking point that I could have just said in 3 minutes, the beginning of the video, the whole point of this whole freaking long winded thing that I'm doing here, it's okay. You can trust it. You can absolutely trust it. You can trust the next step, even if it's in the dark and it's unknown. You can trust that everything that's for you is already right in front of you, and you just have to surrender into it. With the energy in April, it's about closing doors. It's people. It's sad. It is. It is what it is. People, they're leaving in their own unique way, whether that's out of your life, an argument, a whatever bullshit thing, or even transferring over. It's people, souls, like animals, it's places, it's job employment, it's the people that aren't meant for you romantically piecing out. It's bad habits are leaving. Your body becoming intolerant to certain foods because it's holding you back. Um, your schedule, maybe even your sleep patterns. Like everything is changing right now. And I want you to trust the process, because on the other side of surrendering into it is the absolute clarity required for your next level up. It's there. It's there. And I've been in a days, probably should have gotten more grounded before I did this, but I can't even ground today. I am floored with what came through for me and excited. And like, just when you think you've got to figure it out, right? Like when I understood the power of 369 and what to do with the power of 369 for you, for your life, I was like gobsmacked. My jaw was on the floor for weeks. And I was like, whoa. And then I put it into practice. I was like, holy shit. And then all of a sudden, boom, boom, something else comes in and you're like, oh my God, incredible. So there's that. So go trust the process, go trust it, and stay tuned. I'm not allowed to tell you what I'm telling you, and I'm going to get in trouble. Um, the most exciting program that I've ever offered, like, I mean, Fully Awakened and Ascend is pretty fucking awesome. I got to say, like, that is all my life's work. Like, it's so good. But I am going to be offering a Ascension Mastery class, where you're going to get, it's very intimate. It's with me personally. Um, and it's a group of four. That's it. It's it, just four. But I think I'm going to run like maybe three groups of four at the same time. And that's equals the number 12 because I want to change 12 lives. Um, and I keep seeing like the same 200 people, and about 50 of them have already signed up for programs. So I know who you are. But we're going to be doing, it's going to be 8 weeks long as a little intimate. I can't talk. I just need to go away now. I'm going to go drink water and go away. It's a little itty bitty group. It's just four. That way I can keep it very, very personalized for you. Um, but it's a mastery, Ascension and Mastery class. I'm so excited. Okay, I'm going to shut up. Are you, I know you're all probably like, are you okay though? I hope that you're doing well. It is a wild ride. We do have a big peak in the energy as well this week particular. So you've got this weird vibe to the full moon. If you've been watching the weekly forecast, you know what I'm talking about. Friday, it really spikes. Friday is about vulnerability. I have to share that. Friday is about vulnerability. It is about communication. It is about resolution. It is about connection. It is about intimacy, the many faces of intimacy. It is such a beautiful, amazing day. So set yourself up for an incredible ride on Friday, okay? But ride this wave that we're kind of moving through. But go do something that's going to really serve you on Friday, which is the 26th. And then the energy shifts and away we go into May. And May is all about like, are you actually ready? And if not, buckle up. It's intense. So there's that. All right. For real, I'm going away. I love you. Go look in the mirror and find a million reasons to say thank you. I love you. And I'll catch you on the flip side, guys. Bye.